1,000 subscribers video.
Are we good? Okay. Sorry, I just, didn't want that one weird thing to, like, nearly take my head off like it did last time. You fucking fuck! Guys, thank you so much for this. For literally doubling our subscriber base in less than 3 months. For me, that's freaking insane. So, thank you, guys. I cannot express how grateful I am for that. I'm glad that, for your comments and your feedback and everything you guys have done over the past 2 years to support the show and help make the show better. I just sincerely wanted to say thank you. I mean, thank you for spreading the word about the show. Please continue to do so. I mean, without you guys, there is no show. So, I just wanted to sincerely say thanks. Seriously though, please continue to spread the show around. When you do, I get more ad revenue, and believe me, in the YouTube game, that's never a bad thing. So, with that out of the way, I just wanted to give you guys a few special things, actually. In lieu of 1,000 subs, we're actually going to do kind of multiple things for this. Here's how it's gonna go. For one, I wanted to announce that I'll be releasing special remastered versions of the first 2 Rise and Fall of Weezer episodes. Those would be the early years and Make Believe. I listened to your feedback, and yeah, I hear you guys. The audio on those particular episodes is absolutely fucked. So I'll be releasing remastered cuts, just to make them more user-friendly, for lack of a better term. I will be upscaling the visual quality on those to 720p, but the problem is those original videos weren't really shot in great quality to begin with, so I'm not sure how much that's going to do visually, but if nothing else, we'll at least fix the audio, we'll fix a lot of the wonky aspect ratios, a few other little bits and pieces here and there, but we're just going to touch them up, make them a bit more presentable, and just, if nothing else, make them so you can listen to those episodes with headphones and not have your eardrums explode. Fucked! So be on the lookout for those sometime in the near future. Number 2, I wanted to announce that we'll be doing a special Q&A episode sometime in the very near future. We do have a lot of new subs on the channel, and some of you actually did request to see something like this, so I'm more than happy to oblige. It'll just probably be like just a laid-back sort of, FAQ sort of format thing. Nothing too crazy or bizarre. But if you do have questions that you would like to see answered about the show, about me, about, I don't know, just whatever, you can leave them in the comments to this video below. You can fire them at my Facebook, also provided in the video description. Or you can fire them at me at Twitter, my Twitter address. I'm sure it's up there somewhere. I'll probably pick around a dozen or so of the best ones, and we'll just go through them in a very relaxed, very casual sort of environment. Just kind of chill out for one episode, and just get to know each other a little better. Essentially.
No.
And number 3, in the meantime, while we're waiting for those videos, and other episodes I could mention, I figured I'd release another video from the vaults for you guys to enjoy. But this video in particular is actually pretty special. It's kind of significant in a way, because this particular video is actually the first video I ever made. Seriously, you guys think the early Rock Critic episodes were amateurish? You ain't seen nothing yet. But yeah, this was made my senior year of undergrad, which would have been roughly 2007, I think? Holy God, I'm starting to get old. I was in an advanced English class, and we had to do like special creative presentations on the textbooks that we were using for that particular course. For example, one group got to do their presentation on Eats, Shoots, and Leaves by Lynn Truss, and their presentation just had something goofy with like pandas, I think, or something. Another group was assigned The Deluxe Transitive Vampire, another grammar book. And they actually did theirs with, you know, vampires and different monsters that particular book is centered on. And they just, they drew from their material to just make their presentation. But my group was assigned The Only Grammar Book You'll Ever Need by Susan Thurman.
The most boring piece of goddamn shit ever! Fuck!
We had to think of some, like, creative and flashy way to present that book, but that book had nothing for us to riff on, guys. Like, nothing at all. So, in a fit of desperation, I just rented a camera from the library that I was working at, and just hashed together the script for an Ask a Ninja parody in like 10 minutes. Does anyone actually remember that old show? I mean, that's really old school. That's reaching way back in the day. FYI, in case you're curious, they just recently started making videos again, so check them out if you like. They're pretty funny. But yeah, I rented a camera, threw together some clothes that looked vaguely ninja-ish, and just shot the thing in like a half hour, if that. And then I just slapped the whole thing onto a DVD-R. No post-production. I didn't even use editing software. I didn't know how at that point. I literally just spliced the individual clips I had with a DVD recorder. And brother, it shows. But this video here was the first big project that got me interested in video editing. This served as the initial spark. This basically served as the first step into a much bigger world. A world that, at 1,000 subs, I'm happy to be a part of. But just to recap really quickly, remastered Rathals, those are coming soon. QA episode, also coming soon. Leave your comments in places. And in the meantime, sit back, relax, and enjoy this potentially embarrassing little snippet from the past. Thanks again for 1,000 subs, guys. You all rock. Cheers.
Steve asks, ninja! Is grammar important to a ninja? Oh, absolutely. I mean, grammar, believe it or not, is a very crucial part of being a ninja. I mean, I'm an enlightened and spiritually enhanced killing machine that has become one with the aura of life, that has infused his inner spirit with the transcendence of all warriors throughout time. And even I don't know how to use an effing semicolon. You never know when you might be killing someone and you're like sneaking up behind them and you finally grab them and get your sword ready to drag across their throat. You have that one chance to utter that one like clever quip that, you know, most ninjas usually do. Straight to hell is where you're going to. And you'll just all of a sudden realize that you used a dangling participle. I'm not gonna lie, it really kills the mood. It's a real buzzkill. This one ninja I know actually committed harakiri after realizing that he had spelled alright A-L-R-I-G-H-T on a death threat he was writing. That's pretty intense. I remember this one time I had to write a death threat to somebody. I tied it to the shuriken and threw it at them while they were walking next to a wall to where it stuck about 6 inches in front of their face. As every kind of ninja message is conveyed, it's a very hard system. Like, hey, can you go to the store for me? Shuriken, note, flap, boom. You'd be amazed at how many people have needlessly died. Anyway, on the message I wrote, it said, when the next sun rises, you shall die, but I accidentally spelled die with a Y. By the time I had gotten to his place the next night, I noticed that he had spent the entire night tie-dyeing t-shirts to keep himself from being killed. I'm going to die unless you die. I don't know how he came to that some people are just stupid. Ninjas don't really do the whole tie-dye thing. You're not the best to wear while you're sneaking up on someone. Also completely remove the intimidation factor. People just aren't gonna buy it. Nothing is less scary than a ninja who looks like Jerry Garcia. Grammar is very important. Ninjas don't really get to speak that often. Just me talking right here is about 50 years worth of a regular ninja's diet. I'm Gabby compared to most ninjas. It's just so important to know what you're talking about when you actually get a 5 or 6 second chance to speak. You don't get that much when you're a ninja. In fact, most ninjas I know go to ninja grammar school. It exists. Oh yeah. It's actually a part of an internship program. It's only an elective really, but when you're coming up, you can either go to ninja grammar school or take an oath of silence. Let me tell you, it's really kind of pointless to shout a battle cry and then have to kill yourself immediately after because of your stupid vow of silence. It really makes no sense at all, but most of the people do it. You go to ninja grammar school, they give you this book. You'd think that since we're ninjas, it would be this sacred tome made of like dragon skin that you have to retrieve from like a one-eyed, evil, giant monkey's lair, and you'd have to carry back without dropping for fear of your soul being eaten by the transcendence of the universe. But it's really just this. It's called the only grammar book you'll ever need. I found it online for like $7.95. I didn't even have to complain to the shipping department. The only difficulty I had in obtaining this book was shooting the messenger. And even that I didn't have to do. I was just bored. I mean, I guess there's a lot of cool info in here, but I have to admit, it's not very ninja-ish. It's so boring. There isn't a single creative thing in this book. I've seen some of the other grammar books out there, and believe me, it's nothing compared to this. I mean, eat shoots and leaves. That book at least has pandas. I mean, there's nothing more fun than shooting a panda, eating it, and then leaving. The deluxe transitive vampire, vampires, werewolves, medusas. I kill those things on a regular basis. I had no idea that they knew anything about English. The next time I'm gonna have to remember to ask a medusa to correct a paper for me before I kill her. This book is just a book. There isn't even dialogue here. It's more like a user's manual to a VCR than it is an actual textbook. I could program your DVD player with this thing. It's that lame. The author's name, Susan Thurman, doesn't sound very ninja. I'm not gonna lie, this sounds like someone I could probably kill. Maybe. I take that back. I've known a lot of crafty Susans in my day. You would be amazed at how easily a Susan can dodge a shuriken. Very, very amazing. Good show to all you Susans out there. You are amazing. Anyway, when you read this book, you really do learn a lot of cool things. That is, if you can stay awake. But it really comes in handy, you know? I'm not gonna lie, it really does help sometimes. The title says it's the only grammar book you'll ever need, but to us ninjas, it's pretty much the only thing we really need, period. I don't necessarily need my sword, or my shurikens, or clothes for that matter. You do not have to be wearing much to stick your hand through someone's chest and pull out their still beating heart. That's a popular misconception. But like I said, grammar is very important, so we do have to carry something around to let us know when we're conjugating wrong. You people would not believe how hard we train for this. You think your English teacher's rough? Try one that carries a bow staff. You will learn to diagram sentences! In ninja grammar school, we actually have these things called correction sessions. It's basically a peer editing group, except that everyone there is trying to kill you. For example, as opposed to comma splices, we actually have comma slices. Every time someone sees a comma that is improperly used, someone just takes a samurai sword and just lobs off a large chunk of your flesh. The guy who does it is a lot like a ninja version of Shylock from The Merchant of Venice. A very angry ninja. And ironically Jewish. We call those guys ninjus for that reason. Let me tell you, ninjus are very talented killers. If you see a ninja on the street, you should never mess with him. If you do, then I don't know how to put this. That can become one painful circumcision, let me tell you. That's no Chris. Shalom! I just killed you. It's a lot like that. Also, in ninja grammar school, we do this thing where every time you misuse a hyphen, we just smack you in the face with a Thompson. I mean, for accidentally writing like re-signed as opposed to like resigned, you could seriously have the risk of getting a very bad concussion. Hyphens kinda look like tonfas anyway, so I don't know the whole reasoning behind it. Maybe that's why. And this friend of mine once accidentally used an equal sign instead of a hyphen. The ninja actually took 2 tonfas and just smacked him across the face. A ninja with 2 tonfas is bad mojo. Also, for every other misused pronunciation mark, there's an ironic yet somehow fittingly appropriate punishment for that misuse. Let's say you were to misuse a dash. You would have to correct it, but then you would also have to run 50 straight miles while being chased by a tiger. Or let's say you used a slash wrong. Is that what it's called? Let's say you use a slash instead of a hyphen. What would happen is the ninja would take a sai and literally put like a big slash across your chest. Then right after that you would immediately get a tonfa to the face for not using the hyphen right. And colons, well, you don't even want to know. Thanks for the question, Steve. I look forward to slicing your comma soon. Ninjas aren't really keen on tie-dye, but believe it or not, we do have our own method of making tie-dye stuff. What we do is, as opposed to just like filling a wash tub with like different inks and swirling it around, what we do is we actually take a guy, we make him wear the t-shirt, and then we tie him to something and we just kill him. It's a much more literal meaning for us. Our method isn't quite as good as the conventional way. With a normal tie-dye you get all sorts of different colors, but with the ninja tie-dye you just get mostly red, a little green if you happen to slice a gallbladder or like let's say a liver. You could occasionally get some yellow in there if you kill a really fat guy, but yellow's pretty unrecommended. You can get brown, but you don't want